Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this I'm hearing about changes being made to the God of War remakes? Apparently some people are worried that the God of War remakes are going to be remade to be similar to the Norse mythology games. And why? I don't get what we're talking about here. The God of War remakes should be made exactly like the original God of Wars. I don't understand why this is even on the table to be discussed. I first found out about this from a short from Danny Mata, if anyone knows who that is, and in that short he talks about how the God of War remakes don't have to come out all at once and they don't have to be made exactly like the originals. Or at least Santa Monica Studios has no obligation to make them exactly like the originals. And realistically he's right. He even uses the Resident Evil remakes as an example of games that, one, came out, years apart from each other, and two, were completely different from the original games. But Danny, my boy, I love you, but I've got a couple problems with your logic here. Mainly because the Resident Evil remakes are a terrible comparison in my opinion. Because one, the trailer for God of War made it seem like the remakes are going to be coming out in a collection, and two, the Resident Evil remakes were so well received despite the fact that they changed so much because the original Resident Evil games are old. Like really old. Like tank controls, tank camera angles, awkward camera angles, and so much more. The remakes basically had to change a whole lot. Otherwise, it would have alienated a pretty big audience that I think they really wanted to grab again with the Resident Evil remakes. The gameplay of the original God of Wars, on the other hand, is completely fine. It's not so old that it needs to be changed. That style of combat is what made those games so fun and so appealing. And that's most likely why so many people would be buying these remakes in the first place, because they want to relive those games again, to change that combat to better fit the modern style of combat. It would completely defeat the purpose of making the remake. Just make another God of War in the Norse mythology again at that point. Now, to Danny's credit, he does also say that Santa Monica should use their experience from the Norse mythology games to improve upon the original trilogy, and I completely agree with that. Much like they did with the Dead Space remake, but again, that remake is also pretty one-to-one to the original, with the exception of some changes and additions that really only work to add to the experience of the original game.